Day 2 of the murder trial of a Blackstone mother has wrapped up for the day. Erica Murray is charged with murder after investigators uncovered the remains of 3 babies in her home.
And today, DCF workers and the Board of Health took the stand. Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh has been in the courtroom all day. She joins us now live with the latest developments. Kate?
Well, Mike and Shannon, it was a full day of testimony today from Blackstone officials, DCF employees, and a doctor. And we want to warn you that some people may find these details to be disturbing. Only showing emotion when seeing photos of her 2 oldest children, Erica Murray sat otherwise emotionless for hours of testimony in day 2 of the Blackstone House of Horrors trial. DCF workers describing her as having a flat affect in their interviews with her the day they discovered the squalid conditions in Murray's house on August 28, 2014.
Mom gave us permission to take her children without any resistance.
Some of the most disturbing testimony from longtime Department of Children and Families social worker Walter McLean. He described the condition of Murray's 3-year-old and 5-month-old daughters when they were rescued.
Her clothes that she had on was stained, dirty, like I said, feces on it. It was stiff, like it had dried up. And we brought her to the car, and she was just limp, no muscle tone whatsoever. We put her inside the car, and we looked inside of her ear, and I can't say it was maggots, but it was something crawling inside of her ear.
McLean said on the way to a foster home, they had to stop because Murray's 2 older children didn't know who her 2 younger children were.
We had to pull over, call our boss and ask, what do we do? Because we don't know who these 2 babies are. She'd go, if they're inside that home, take them.
Catherine Francie was with DCF at the time. She said Murray told her older children that she was simply babysitting the younger 2 for a fictional person named Michelle Ridgway.
And Michelle Ridgway lived close, but she worked a lot, so she wasn't around. So that's why the 2 younger children were constantly in her care.
Now, Murray is facing murder charges in the death of 2 of 3 babies found dead in that house, but those cases were not mentioned in court testimony today. New at 6 o'clock tonight, hear from a doctor who took the stand. Live in Worcester, I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.
It continues tomorrow in the trial of a Blackstone mother charged with the deaths of 2 of her children.
New at 6, what a doctor said he saw inside Erica Murray's home 5 years ago. Eyewitness News reporter Kate Walsh joins us live from Worcester. Kate?
Well, Mike and Shannon, this was day 2 of the trial here at Worcester Superior Court, and we heard disturbing details from DCF workers and also from a pediatrician who was the first to examine the 2 little girls rescued.
She was seated on the floor with her legs in front of her in with her feet kind of arched, and she put her forehead to the floor and so bent in half at the waist.
Heartbreaking testimony from UMass Medical Center pediatrician Dr. Peter Sell as he described his examination of Erica Murray's 3-year-old daughter who was rescued from the Blackstone House of Horrors 8 days prior to that back in 2014.
We were very concerned for profound neglect, meaning that she had not had a lot of stimulation.
Dr. Sell also examined her baby sister, a 5-month-old.
She was very content to lay flat on her back with her arms splayed out and her legs extended.
Earlier in court Wednesday, Department of Children and Families employees testified that they had found the 2 little girls covered in dried urine and feces. This all on day 2 of Erica Murray's trial, in which she faces murder charges in the death of 2 of 3 babies found dead in that house of squalor. But there is hope for the children. Dr. Sell said 10 months after the 3-year-old was placed in foster care, he saw her again.
She came running up to me, showed me what she was playing with, played with the water. Well, after I finished washing my hands, she had a big smile on her face.
A DCF worker also testified today that in the days following the beginning of the investigation, she met with Erica Murray and her partner Raymond Rivera, saying Murray was basically emotionless through it all, but Rivera was sobbing. Live in Worcester, I'm Kate Walsh, Eyewitness News.